Well, hey there, and welcome to Wedding Planning Simplified. Happy Sunday. Happy cocktail party.
Yes.
Cheers to you. Jacqueline and I are here with our special co-host today. This is Presley. Hi, Presley. Cheers.
Good clink there. That was a wind up and a half. Good job.
Mhm. Presley is our youngest wedding planner here at Unmistakably You. She has a lot of meetings and she does a lot of Zooms on her computer, right?
I'm not on my computer.
She is a pro at helping to set up for events.
Yes.
And she's really good at decorating, right? So we thought we would bring her on today to our cocktail party to say hi to you and to help us talk a little bit about how to set up a DIY bar and to make it functional and pretty.
Yes.
So if you're joining us today for the first time, hi and welcome. And if you are a longtime watcher, welcome back. We are happy to see you every week. Please feel free to pop a hello in the comments and let us know if you're joining us with your cocktail in hand, what you're drinking today. And just as we go, if you have questions, we're happy to answer them. We are here to help, right?
Especially Presley. She's got tons of advice when it comes to bar setup. I mean, come on.
So we are drinking Bellinis, aren't we? We set up a Bellini and mimosa bar, which we are going to show you in a little bit. So I have a mango Bellini, and Presley has, what do you have?
A strawberry one.
A strawberry one, and Jacqueline has a strawberry one as well.
True.
Right? Now the disclaimer that we need to make is that it's a virgin one, right? Yeah. It doesn't have real champagne in it. No. So we, like I said, we've set up a couple of DIY bars for you. We've got a hot drink bar and a Bellini mimosa bar, and we'll walk you through those in just a little bit. But before we get there, we just wanted to talk a little bit about the logistics of setting up a DIY bar.
Yes.
Jacqueline is our resident risk management coordinator.
A little bit. I like to think that it's not that I'm pensive. It's just that I'm protective of couples. We'll go with that. So obviously DIY bar sounds like it's a great deal because you're going to save some money. You're the one that's paying the alcohol costs. You don't have to worry about anyone upcharging the alcohol or price matching it up. The only thing with that is it's really do it yourself. So obviously you and your partner don't necessarily want to be the bartenders, which means you have to then find the bartending staff. But before that even happens, you've got to make sure that you're insured, that the place where you're getting married is licensed, that the place you're getting married is okay with you bringing outside alcohol in. So there's always things to consider because yes, the DIY bar seems like such a great idea. It seems nice and easy, seems like the cheaper route, but sometimes the cost of getting things insured, finding the appropriate staff that will want to bartend for 8 hours that you ultimately trust as well. Because it's very easy and a lot of our friends will say, hey, I don't mind. I really don't mind. But come 11:30, when Lizzo is finally popping on the dance floor, they might mind. They might want to abandon ship and start drinking with the other sailors. You don't know. So I always recommend finding some actual legal staff, which there's tons of options available in London. There's lots of mobile trailer bars as well popping up. So if you are doing the DIY route, finding bartenders that are not only trained, but bartenders that do weddings and do events and maybe have their own company will also be a great way to kind of find a hybrid of a DIY bar without having all of the stress on you.
And we did this past year a bar bash, which was an entire week of videos and all kinds of helpful resources. So we will link to some of those resources in the comments. If you want to go back through our archived videos, they are all there. So we talked all about how to run your own bar, what alcohol to buy, and that kind of thing. We're not going to rehash that today, but just be very cautious about legalities and liabilities. So the bars that we've set up for you today are probably a really great option, maybe not for your wedding reception itself, but for getting ready with your girls the morning of, or for a wedding shower, or maybe for, some kind of an engagement party where you have a little bit more control over a smaller number of people, and you're not going to end up with, cousin Fred hitting it hard and drinking an entire 40-ouncer of something on his own. So you want to be cautious if you are setting up a self-serve bar. that you have someone to monitor it. And this is where at a wedding, you might end up doing a Scotch tasting bar or something like that. But you'll always want to make sure that it's within eyesight of your actual insured and qualified bartenders, and that you're not just sort of giving people free reign of hard liquor at their will. So today we're talking about a hot drink bar and about a Bellini bar that you could quite easily pull together for an engagement party or a shower or morning of, something like that. And I think maybe we'll ask Jacqueline to pop over. We're working on our tech here, so we're going to cross our fingers that everything works. But let's start with the hot bar, because it's a nice way to give yourself a little bit of a warm up in the cold winter months. So I'm going to just change my screen here so that now you should be looking at our hot bar setup. So what we've done is provided quite a number of options for people. You can see we've got our liqueurs all grouped together, and we've used those same design principles that we talked about last week. If you joined us for our tablescapes workshop, we were talking about trying to make sure that you vary your levels, trying to make sure that you have different heights of things and groups of odd numbers to make it more aesthetically pleasing. So you can see we've done that with our liqueurs here, as well as on the other side, we've got our hot options. We went the Keurig route just because that's nice and easy for everybody, and you don't have to worry about how you're going to keep hot apple cider hot and having, different crock pots or slow cookers or, different urns. You certainly can do that if you want. Aesthetically, I feel like this is a little bit simpler and cleaner. And we've separated our drink options into cute little canisters that match our color theme. So we've got tea, coffee, hot chocolate, and there's hot apple cider as well. And then we've got all of our accoutrements together. So we've got our cinnamon and nutmeg and whipped cream, caramel sauce, sugar. And of course, we've got the dairy for anyone who just wants a regular old coffee or tea. We've got both cream and milk. We went with a little bit of a festive theme here. So we've got pink and white, and we've decorated with the Christmas balls. You helped me with those, didn't you? Did you put those in the lanterns?
Yeah.
Yeah. We like to decorate with Christmas balls because they're available in many colors and they're quite affordable. So if you're doing this for a holiday party, certainly take advantage of some of the seasonal decor that's available to you. And we actually did have menus printed that were meant to be framed and put up, but to be honest with you, they didn't make it today. So I love the idea of coming up with a couple of creative menus. So I did have a spiked caramel hot apple cider, as well as a salted caramel hot chocolate, and then a B52 as well. So we have all of the ingredients to make those readily available, as well as good old marshmallows. What do you like to put marshmallows in? What drink do you put marshmallows in?
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. It's delicious, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So we have marshmallows as well for anyone who wants to have a hot chocolate with marshmallows or whipped cream. So there are lots and lots of ways you can do this, lots of liqueurs that work really well in hot apple cider and in hot chocolate and in coffee, and just have fun with it. Keep in mind the likes and dislikes of your guests. Think about those design principles of a cohesive color scheme, creating levels and visual interest, and add little touches like candles and greenery to make it pretty as well as functional. What do you think? Does it look yummy? Okay, but this is what Presley was really excited about. Let's talk about our Bellini bar. So we have our Bellini bar set up, and we've done a little bit of a different decor here that's not so seasonal. We went for gold and navy, and conveniently, we even have bubbly to match. Now, a Bellini, for anybody who would like to keep things really traditional, is supposed to be white peach puree and Prosecco, which is an Italian sparkling wine. So you could certainly go traditional and keep it to that. But I, of course, love to do things big, always. We like to go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have different options here. We've combined the mimosa bar with the Bellini bar because mimosas are another really popular drink that are that use sparkling wine. So we've got both options here, and this would be a great idea for a morning party, whether that's getting ready with your bridesmaids or whether you're having a brunch the next day, perhaps. So both of these are socially acceptable to drink with your brunch. We've got, instead of just the single white peach puree, we've got several different purees that we've put at different levels here in cute little bottles. I am a big fan of the dollar store. So we went to the dollar store, right? And you helped me buy the bottles. Yeah. So we have mango and strawberry and blueberry. Of course, you can make sure that you can use whatever fruits you might like. And then we've got fruit to top as well. We've got raspberries and pomegranates and blueberries, interspersed with some pretty blue flowers and candles to carry our theme through. So a Bellini is just very simply some pureed fruit and some Prosecco or sparkling wine of your choice. Unless you have a lot of snobby friends, they probably realistically won't know the difference between a Prosecco and a Cava and a sparkling. So you can choose accordingly as to your likes, your tastes, and what your guests will like. And then, as I mentioned, we kind of made this a dual purpose mimosa bar as well. So a mimosa is just a juice mixed with a sparkling. So we've got two options. You liked the colors, didn't you? The color of the grapefruit juice, pink grapefruit juice, and orange juice, which is the traditional mimosa combo. Orange juice and sparkling wine. So make it pretty, make it functional. Guests will love it. Thanks, Jacqueline. Just change out our video. There we go. What do you think? Is it yummy? Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks.
I'm back. Just like
All right.
magic.
So I thought we would just mention at this point, in case you are taking advantage of our countdown to win, just remember that we do have daily prompts going up on both our Facebook and our Instagram, and you can participate by completing those tasks every day. We do have some bonus prizes this year. Our grand prize is a completely free day of wedding coordination. And then we have 3 different vendor bundles. We have the Joy, the Cheer, and the Sparkle bundle, which are featuring some amazing prizes from our vendor friends. And then we have a separate contest in a contest, which is for a luxury winter elopement at Laughing Goat Yoga Studio. So amazing, incredible prizes. Just a reminder, if you haven't been keeping up with that, just hit us up every day and take advantage of those prompts, because we would love to give away some fantastic prizes on Christmas Eve. Right? Fun prizes.
Fun.
Fun prizes.
Fun.
Yeah, but wait, I would wanted it a pop play thing, and
What would you?
I would like to have a pop thing, and I would like to have something else.
What else is on your Christmas list?
A microphone.
A microphone, because you love to sing, don't you?
Yeah.
Presley sings all the time about everything, right? Yeah.
So if anyone is looking for a live musician, we are now officially releasing Presley to be used for gigs. Let us know.
So ultimately, when it comes down to your bar logistics, make sure that you have yourself protected legally. We have lots of resources about how to get special occasion permits if you do have the ability to do a DIY bar. If you're purchasing the alcohol yourself, you will need a special occasion permit. As Jacqueline mentioned, we really, really advise you to have professional insured bartenders who are SmartServe trained. Even if you're running your own bar, it can save you a ton of money, but you still don't want to be worrying at your wedding about somebody being overserved. And you also want to make sure that you have all of the appropriate alcohol liability policies in place. So you can purchase alcohol liability from either PAL Canada or from Duo or from your home insurance provider. So make sure that you use this CYA principle when we're talking about licensing and permits for your bar.
right?
We'll tell you.
Beautiful setup is DIY station. Consider how much space you have where you are getting ready. If you are going to do this the morning of, you just want to make sure that you're not going to be dealing with elbows getting bumped. You definitely don't want to be bumping makeup artists just so somebody can be pouring another mimosa. Although it is a party in itself, you want to necessarily keep the focus on what needs to be happening instead of having to restock the bar. So maybe having somebody to man the station also while you're setting up, so you're not consistently jumping up and down and bobbing around to the fridge and getting everything sorted. You might put that on another bridal party member as well. But also knowing that it's okay if you run out in the morning. You don't necessarily need to send somebody for more champagne or more sparkling wine if it's 1 o'clock and your station is officially run out. I think you'll be okay.
And Jillian's just mentioning that our internet is a little unstable here. So I'm hoping that most of this has come through. I apologize. I can't plug in a hard connection at this point, but hopefully you got most of this. If not, we'll make some notes and we will look forward to seeing you again next week. We're going to talk about incorporating goodwill towards men in your wedding planning. And by men, we mean all humans everywhere.
Yes.
So if you've stuck with us till the end, thank you. Hopefully the internet connection wasn't too much of an issue. We look forward to celebrating with you the week before the holidays next week, and cheers.
Cheers.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll catch you next week.